welcome to another episode of
Real
Two.
Well, they've been off a little too long. No problem.
I'm Katrina Harley.
I'm Erica King.
I'm Kiana Thompson.
And Katrina's going to tell us about this beautiful half-using bottle of perfume today.
It's not half, it's 1/4. But this is Versace Bright Crystal. Very nice, very sweet, very soft. I love the rosy smells. And it's one of my favorite. Would you like to smell it?
Sure.
Whatever, I love it.
You love every perfume we put up there.
You're right. You're right.
So is something wrong with your nose?
No, I think that a lot of the perfumes that we put up here smell similar.
Or you be faking and just say, oh my God.
Oh no, I'm not going to tell you if I like it and I don't.
That one has a little bit too much flour for me.
Exactly.
But I love it.
All of the ones that y'all bring have way too much flour for me anyway. So today we are going to be discussing something that is happening right now. And that is what? Did your rent just go up $700? It's not funny. It's a very serious conversation because I know you ladies have been getting the same phone calls that I've been getting. I've been getting so many clients, not just new clients, but my clients that were already pre-approved last year and said, oh, this house not worth $300,000, so I'm gonna wait. And now their rent went up.
Right.
I just had a client text me just now saying, I don't think the house is worth $350.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Did they do the calculations
Not yet.
on what they're spending in rent and what that calculates out to be?
So I had a perfect example for us to really break down why the rent is going up. We just got the escrow delinquency letter from my house.
Okay.
What better way to explain the escrow delinquency letter?
Right.
So the escrow delinquency letter just said that we are negative $6,000 in our escrow to prepare us for this year's upcoming taxes and insurance.
That's a lot of money.
So I went back and I'm like, hold on, Cletus.
They didn't do a good calculation.
My taxes actually went up $2,800.
Taxes
Okay.
and or insurance.
Because 3
went up.
houses in my neighborhood sold for $525. I bought, not only did I only buy at $375 4 years ago, but we put $100,000 down. So technically, when we ported our taxes from the old house, it was nowhere near on the rank that is on. And my homeowner's insurance originally was $1,400. It is now $2,633.
Very, very.
So when you add those two together, so how your mortgage payment is determined is kind of solid, but your insurance and your taxes is not solid.
Very flexible.
So those additional about $4,000, right?
So let me ask this: you don't have a cap? Save. What is it? Save
Save your homes act,
Yeah.
something like that.
Save your home.
So within your homestead,
Can't go up no more than 3%.
It can't go up to a certain amount. So you need to check to make sure your house is homesteaded.
My house homesteaded.
So it can't go
It
up
can't
any
go up
more
to
than
a certain
3%.
amount.
So just
3%
double check
of what?
that.
What it originally was?
Yes.
So just check your homestead. Check
See,
your
we're
tax
always
payment.
learning. We want you to understand that we're learning together. So I know I'm homesteaded.
Yes.
Wait a minute, I forgot one piece. We refinanced.
Okay, that's different.
You refinance at a higher value.
That's
Refinanced.
different.
You refinanced.
That's what it is. That's why you have a.
So imagine this. What is happening in today's world? We own a duplex. We have to fix the roof.
Right.
We refinance to pull the money out to fix the roof. Who is going to pay that extra piece of taxes and insurance that comes up?
The tenant.
renters.
So if I just literally, it was an additional $669 a month on our, but what we decided to do for us, we're just going to pay the escrow instead of making them take it monthly. But renters, that $669 that's extra on the taxes and the insurance is going to be in your rent.
Right.
So it's not that these people are being greedy. Everybody who's buying around them are increasing the values.
Right.
And the insurance. And I'm homesteaded, but an investor owning a building is not homesteaded.
No.
So the tenant, unfortunately, is the person that's going to take that extra piece and pay the bill for these landlords.
Absolutely.
And that is the piece that I believe current renters don't see. But now let's go reverting back to us as homeowners. Our taxes went up, our insurance went up, but we have an option to either pay it monthly or
break it up.
Or pay it in one lump sum.
Right.
So it's not hurting us monthly because we don't know what else is going to happen next month. We might need to get a new toilet. We might need to get a new AC.
Right.
Those are the conversations that I've been trying to have with clients. And I was looking for an easy way to say I told you so, but there's really not a nice way to say it. So it's not to take a jab at anybody, but we tried to prepare our clients. And it's unfortunate it's happening. It's wonderful for us because I think I haven't had to break off the phone. You haven't had to break off the phone.
Right.
You haven't had to break off the phone. Because now your rent, if you were renting at, I'm going to use a real example. I have a client that was renting at $1,100. She is at $2,400.
Oh, wow.
We had a...
That's devastating.
They gave her to April 1st to start the new rent. She said, I can't afford it.
So now what?
You're going to live somewhere you don't want to live.
Exactly.
Versus choosing a house that you didn't like the paint to, the kitchen to, the bathroom to. She said, Erica, you being harsh. I'm not being harsh. I'm giving you valid information. I don't want to misinform you and not
very
prepare
transparent.
you.
Yeah.
So how do you say that in a nice way?
But you're being realistic because that's the world we live in today, right? What do you do? Is her lease coming up? And that's why they're...
No, so she called me. She say, I renewed my lease in November. How can they change my rent? Because the tax bill came out after you signed that lease. And unfortunately, they're not going to say, I am... and they're giving you more than 60 days notification.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's just what we live in. Because I challenged that too, but I had called title and they said it's a clause in her if it's something that the landlord can't control.
Right. He has the
They give you
ability to
notification.
raise
They didn't tell her she has to be out if she can't afford it. They gave them payment options. Pay extra here.
Yes.
Tax season is coming up. They want to take your extra money. But if you owned your own property,
yes, you have options.
You have options.
You can pay quarterly, you can pay monthly, or you can pay one lump sum. But it's yours at the end of the day. I can't express that enough.
my consultation, I just told her, I said, no matter what, renting, you're not getting nothing back.
Nothing.
You gave a great example in the consultation.
No, don't
today.
take it. Don't take my example. You're going to use it. I use that as a perfect example. And an example that I give people is this. When you're buying a car, your favorite car in the world, my favorite car in the world is the Maserati truck. Okay. I love it.
You moved over to the Maserati truck? It was just a Jaguar last
Well, the Jaguars,
okay.
but I have a goal to get. I can get to that. I'm talking about what I love that I know I ain't getting to, so I don't even focus on the price.
I can get to that.
Not with the goals that I have with my other part of my life.
Okay.
That's not a car I'm ever gonna try to get because I ain't trying to pay that. A Jaguar I can get to. I got a goal.
Okay.
But okay, let's do Jaguar. My favorite car, everybody knows, it's the F-Pace Jaguar. It's been on my vision board for 4 years now. But I had priorities that I couldn't get to it. But I still need a car.
Right.
So I have a Maxima, paid for in full. Whenever something go wrong, it's not a problem for me to pay for it to get fixed. I had to go with what I can afford, but I still needed a car.
Right.
Housing. Right?
Right.
You're either gonna buy something you want or buy something you have to buy. And the market that we're in, being too picky or trying to buy big, you're gonna end up just living somewhere you don't want to be, but you have to.
And wasting thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We've all get this calls. Like this is really happening today. Like it's happening. So this morning when my husband was, because he pays the bill, the mortgage. So he's like, hey, come here, what you did to the mortgage? And when I went over it, I kind of was like, oh, I said, dang, can you send me, because I don't go in that account because I don't want to have to pay it. But when I said, can you send me that so I can use it on the show? Like, this makes sense because now this extra $669 times 12 divided up is what these people are going up on this rent.
But what they do not understand, every January they do a what is it called? the mortgage company does a reevaluation of your taxes, insurance,
to prepare for the escrow.
Exactly. So you can prepare every January to, number one, whether it's going to remain the same or if it's going to go up. If you're a renter, it's not going to ever go down. It's either going to stay the same or go up.
And you can control
I get
something.
mine in either November, December.
We've been got it, but
say,
I'm bad with the mail.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was in the pallet envelopes. I didn't. The kids, we barely go to the mailbox. I'd be like, oh, you ain't been, go get that mail. So
Yeah,
and we did get the letter.
Right.
When he got that note, it actually says for March 1st. So he still has time to go, but it's just that was the first thing I thought about. Like, this is why their rent is going up. So it's not because some people are like, oh, it's because the market up. Now these landlords want to do that. No,
it's always been about
it's
the
always
taxes.
everything
Taxes and
is gonna
insurance.
go up.
Yes.
And people are waiting, again, we talk about this every show, for the market to crash. That's not happening for 10 years.
I had a question
Minimum.
yesterday. Is the market going to crash? What do you think? The values are up. Every time you have houses appraised, that's becoming the new norm for the area. So what's going to crash?
Anytime you see construction, anytime you see roads being built, anytime you see any type of construction going on, that lets you know that values are rising. Okay? And you can trying to stay on the notion, oh, I'm just going to wait until the market crash. It has to crash. We're in a bubble and it's about to burst. That's incorrect information. That is not the truth of what it really is.
Let's see who at the door.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Let's see who our guest is for today.
Oh, we have a guest right
Hi.
You gotta come on in. We were in. Just speak and walk through.
How are you?
Should have told her you was coming.
now. Hey, Miss Candace.
We apologize about that.
Yes.
She was uninvited. But
Yeah,
this
so
is-
we're waiting for a bubble that's not going to burst. This is the new norm for us for right now. Like you said, at least 10 years. We are in a market where real estate is at its highest. And it is at its highest because some things have shifted throughout the years. Specifically, I believe the pandemic really changed some things for us.
reality. Like, there was a time we thought, I know as younger, I was like, I'm never gonna be able to buy a house because I had this thought that I had to have an 800 credit score.
Right.
I had to have $1 million and be making $150,000 a year. But when the pandemic said, a lot of people was like, life is too short to be waiting around for me to get to $150,000 a
Exactly.
year. So let me go for it.
Let me
oh
just
my God,
check
I got
to see.
approved.
Exactly.
But you want to hear something funny? At one of the meetings I was in this week, they gave the statistics for homeowners and how many more homeowners by race. And if I share that information, like, it brought tears to my eyes that the number for minorities have gone down because to me it's the uneducation, because a lot of them bought houses when they were doing the jumbo loans and they feel like that was the problem, was the house. The problem was the type of loan that you have.
It was the type of loan.
So then they never came back and bought. It shows that year that that really was like 2006, and then the fall back was 3 years later, 2008, 2009.
Yes.
And the numbers went down drastically for minorities. So we still ain't figured it out.
Because they're just uneducated.
They don't want to hear us, and that's why I said, what is the nice way to say? It's kind of like when you go to the doctor and they say, well, you need to rest after you have the baby. Your body needs to readjust. But then you have some mothers that still run out there and go, and then they have a setback, and now they're looking like, because he told you so.
Right.
So us as realtors, it's like, it's not about us making money.
No.
We wouldn't still be doing this because we don't make money every day. I don't have another closing until March. So for the month of February, I have no income. I'm not telling you something just for fun. I'm telling you because I'm passionate about it, and I know how I benefited from owning my house. That if I don't get another deal until August, I can call the bank, because I still maintain my credit, and pull money out of my own home, my savings account.
Absolutely.
And still maintain my lifestyle until I can catch up. And that is one of the benefits that people don't realize. But a lot of people buy houses, mess up their credit, something happens and you can't pull out that equity.
And if you're renting, what do you think you're going to do then?
Call your landlord and ask them to get an equity loan so you can help.
Because they're not going to give you a dime of it.
But that's what I wanted to talk. I see how I
Have you seen minimum rent prices right now? I have someone looking for a 1-1 who asked me to stay under a $1,400 budget.
How many properties she got?
Probably one popped up.
I took a client last night to see Cobblestone. I love. I want to buy an investment property over there. The rent they're asking was, is it legal for me to say it? $3,000.
For how many bedrooms?
3-bedroom. But we got outbid by $4,000 offer.
That is insane.
If they're highest investing on, if you're paying $4,000 on rent, you might as well buy.
Just imagine how much house they can buy with $4,000.
Oh my
How are you saving
gosh.
to buy a house when you're paying that much rent?
But
And
see,
if you're
I
paying
think
first, last, and security,
I think it's the notion that they disqualify themselves before they even have a chance to know what it is that they qualify for.
My consultation this morning, she's like, no, I got it this. So I pull her stuff, credit A1, income perfect. I'm like, well, why you thought you? She was like, I don't know, because I'm young and single.
it's a soft pull on the credit. I'd rather know than not know and just pay all this money out there
Right.
to someone
To
else.
find it. 'Cause
Right.
I think they told her she needed $9,500 down for the new place that she was going to rent.
And that's obtainable. That is obtainable. $9,500. If you're renting somewhere, and let's say you had some kind of alternative means of staying somewhere else, I mean, instead of giving that money to an owner to pay their mortgage,
You make
you
yourself
can
a owner.
Right, you make yourself an owner. You hold on to that money that you're giving them to invest in yourself, and investing in yourself is to purchase your property and build money, gain money off of that property.
And interest rates the other day was what, 3.8%?
They are 4.2.
increasing. Oh my
4.2.
gosh, I just checked it. It is increasing.
4.2. You know how that adjusts my client?
But do you remember when we were in twos? We were at 2.
And everybody was refinancing.
Right.
You're one. We was
Yeah.
refinancing. You guys
Yeah.
were trying to
Right.
refinance. You
I
refinanced.
didn't refi. I just didn't pull any money out.
Right.
We refi.
We
Right.
refied and put the money out to do the roof.
You know, at the end of the day, you have to listen to someone. You have to be educated. If you do not know who to speak to, continue to listen to us. Continue to watch our shows, and we are going to continuously educate you. When you are ready, and you should be thinking about getting ready, contact us. Contact us. We are always readily available to speak with you, and we would love to have that conversation with you to get you prepared.
We like to play, we like to have fun, but we don't like to waste money. So
Not at all.
Our goal is to save you as much money and make you the most you're
Make
ever.
you the most
I've
money you can
never
have.
imagined making $160,000 off of living where I gotta live.
You know what? That's a beautiful thing.
Now I'm
My
like,
neighbor is selling for $625.
Oh my God.
it make you
All
wanna
praise.
like I'm about to. If they appraise, I just
Oh
told
my
my husband, I'm like,
goodness.
we might have to upgrade this house. We got almost $300,000 in equity.
Yes.
If my neighbor house sells, who don't have none of the stuff I did in my house,
No,
We
seriously.
did $355 when we purchased,
Mm-hmm.
and if they sell for $625, something to think about.
It's something.
I'm
to think about.
we can
refinancing,
put
pulling that money out, putting
20%
down on another
down.
house, and renting this one
You
out.
can put money down on another house,
Mhm.
a bigger house,
Investment
and still
property.
have money in the bank.
It allows you to have the money
And
that
then
you
be charging
need
somebody who want to pay that $3,500 rent, because that's what I'm gonna have to charge them. They want to live in
and
my
make
house.
some more money. Make some more money.
And I told a client that this morning, if it was you, you would be doing the same thing. So you can't be mad at an owner who's doing it and raising your rent, because they have to think about the profits.
Right.
Don't
Right.
let nobody profit off you. Profit off yourself.
Profit off
That's
yourself.
true. Yeah,
Kiana
because
tried to
if they-
steal my little example.
I was not going to steal it. But I said, what did I say?
wasn't.
I said it was a great example you gave her.
Don't
Right.
tell Leroy, he'll use it.
I don't know. He got his own style. He freestyle.
He still copy a lot of stuff we do. He watch our shows, pretend he's recording, and then
And
I
be
hear him
writing it
saying
down.
stuff that we said. I'm like, that's sounds so familiar.
When he's doing the editing, he's like,
Oh, I like that.
oh my God. I told him,
Use
can you
that.
please put some headphones on? Because he rewinds and go back and rewind.
Because he's stealing your ideas. But we okay with it because he's from here.
Yes, he is.
But we really wanted to tell you, because this was a serious conversation. I have not spoken to them about it because I didn't want them to know what they were going to say. I wanted it to be raw and real, and it is definitely real. And we're going to end the show now because obviously she has somewhere to go. Her phone is ringing on the show. But we'll see you guys next week. We're going to keep you guys up to date on what's going on. And we hope that you guys will call us, get an appointment, get a consultation, so we can get you into your home and allow you to save and profit off yourself.
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible. Don't wait another day.
Let's do deuces.
Deuces.
Because they all.
Uh-oh.
Bye.
Bye.